Hello and 안녕하세요. Good morning, everyone. As Koreans, we've always punched above our weight in pop culture, in shipbuilding, and now in crypto trading. A nation known for building harbors for the world's ships is now building a financial harbor for the world, one that is safe, trusted, and ready for institutions. The nation you're sitting in today accounts for 15 to 20% of global cryptocurrency volume alone. We are a nation of just millions in people, but we are moving billions in crypto. We are a nation smaller than California, but while they have Hollywood, we have Hallyu, the Korean wave, and of course, K-pop demon hunters. And while K-pop gave us the soundtracks, K-drama gave us the story, K-crypto will give us the future. Hi, my name is Terry Kim. I am the co-founder and chief strategy officer of BDEX. BDEX stands for Beyond Digital Asset Custody Service, a financial harbor integrated for institutional clients and for beyond, delivering prime custody for the digital future. Now, I mentioned K-pop and K-drama earlier, and please, don't worry, I'm not going to sing or act for you today. That's a different event. I certainly won't win your hearts with my singing, I can assure you that. But I will win your heads with why this next institutional digital asset wave matters, why Korea is ready to lead it, and why BDEX has chosen this event as the perfect place to make that case. Because institutions are coming, billions are moving, and the future is institution ready. The only question is, who will you trust to hold your keys? At BDEX, we built the answer, and that's why we're here today at Korea Blockchain Week 2025 to officially go beyond borders and introduce BDEX to the world. Now, for those of you who don't know my former life, me, Terry Kim, was a senior partner at Lee & Co., one of Korea's most respected law firms. So yes, I graduated from legal eagle to the blockchain domain. Some called it a risk to leave law for liquidity. I didn't. Stepping into custody wasn't a gamble. For me, it was a conviction. The future of finance needed infrastructure strong enough for institutions, and someone had to build it. People like us, with experience of contracts, accountability, and trust. You know, when my parents first opened their bank accounts, the branch manager was sometimes seen as a family elder. There was trust, there was ceremony. Today, our children open digital wallets on their phones with a swipe and a smile. No ceremony, just curiosity and confidence. And now, nearly half of Korea's investing population already own digital assets. Until now, it's been all retail. But in 2025, everything is changing. The 10-year ban on institutional investment is ending. The Digital Asset Basic Act, a landmark legislation, is expected to pass this year. Doors are opening, and regulated custody has become a reality. But what does all this mean for us? Well, spot Bitcoin ETFs are being built. Korean-denominated stablecoins are about to soar. And real-name institutional accounts are not just possible, they're becoming accessible. And here's the truth. Digital asset firms can earn the same level of trust as traditional banks, but only if we meet the same standards of trust. Trust needs rails. Regulation is what lays them, and Korea, right now, is laying those rails at scale. That's why BDEX was born here, in Korea, at this moment, because we are unlocking doors and rewriting the rules. The only question remains, will you be one of its authors? Let me share more on BDEX. BDEX is built on 3 core themes. First, we operate like a financial institution. We provide prime custody service, and we go beyond. That's why Woori Bank has chosen us as their exclusive partner. It's why first mover names who are in this very room today, like Galaxy, GK8, Avalanche, Polymesh, and Ripple, all already with us, and more are joining every month. Now let's pause on that second theme, prime custody, because we use that word custody quite a bit already. Prime custody is how you turn raw liquidity into usable flows, executable, compliant, and auditable. The internet has transformed how information flowed. Digital assets are transforming how we store and move value. And just as the early web needed standards and servers, crypto needs infrastructure and trust. I talked about building a harbor earlier. Prime custody is the walls of that harbor. It keeps assets safe and sheltered while connecting clients to the open sea of global markets. Prime custody is the next layer of the internet's financial structure. We keep assets safe, we connect you to the markets, and we ensure that the numbers make sense. It's not just custody, it is the foundation for the future of global finance. Our prime custody includes, first, multi-asset custody. Hot, cold, MPC, but all wrapped in compliance so that your CIO can act boldly and your risk officer can still rest at night. Second, fiat on and off ramp. Seamless access to US-denominated stablecoins, and shortly in the future, Korean won-denominated stablecoins. Robust KYC and AML compliance, rule-based approvals, and cutoff policies that match how traditional banks already work. Third, global market access. We set the guardrails for deploying digital assets to CeFi, DeFi, and OTC desk within Korea and internationally. So you can route to price and flow, limit counterparty risk, and all without the compliance heartburn. Fourth, passive yield. Idle balances are lazy balances. We put them to work through institutional-grade staking and yield for digital assets. And fifth, finally, robust reporting APIs. Audit-ready APIs for compliance, risk, and accounting teams. Independent assurance matters. That's why we operate with segregated accounts, external penetration testing, and third-party audits. To sum up, prime custody is vaults, rails, and dashboard, and that is BDEX. Prime custody is live, it's running, and it's what BDEX is ready to offer Korea for the first time. That's the difference between slideware and actual infrastructure. But what about the future? That's our third theme, beyond. By 2030, Korea's digital asset market is projected to be over $121 billion US dollars, and stablecoin custody demands could exceed over $36 billion. And that's why prime custody matters. BDEX is building that horizon to turn liquidity into usable flows, executable, compliant, and auditable safely and at scale. So when you hear BDEX, don't just think custody. Think bridge, beyond geography, beyond asset classes, beyond expectations. So why BDEX? Why not 10 different custodians? Because Korea doesn't need 10 custodians. It needs one trusted leader, compliant, connected, and built for institutions. That's why we built BDEX ahead of regulation, standing shoulder to shoulder with banks, designed from the start for institutions. That's why Woori Bank chose us as their exclusive custody partner, because institutions already know the truth. Custody isn't really about who holds your keys. It's about who you trust to unlock your business. That's what BDEX is built to do, built for you. So choose a hard drive, choose a harbor, choose BDEX. To sum up, Korea is no longer playing catch-up. It's leading in regulation, in technology, and in the market. Institutional capital is coming, regulation is settling, liquidity is flowing, and the rails are ready. BDEX is live, regulated, bank integrated, ready to lead this new chapter. So if you're a fund, a bank, fintech, issuer, looking to grow in Asia, start in Korea. And if you're serious about Korea, start with BDEX. As I close, I'd like to leave you with 3 thoughts. First, Korea is now at the epicenter of the digital asset revolution. 2, BDEX is the first custodian in Korea built to institutional standards, standing shoulder to shoulder with banks and exchanges. And finally, our prime custody, built by people from law, banking, and technology, is how we take clients beyond what's possible today. The future won't wait. 1% of the world's population is already writing it. Imagine what would happen if you could join us. Come write it with us, BDEX, the regulated financial institution delivering prime custody for the digital future and beyond. Thank you. Now, I'd like to invite my co-founder and long-term partner, Harry, instrumental in building BDEX to the category leader that is today. Please join me in welcoming Harry to the stage. Thank you, Terry.
From this point, I will continue in Korean. 방금 소개받은 유용열입니다. 이제 저는 한 걸음 더 나아가 BDEX가 만들어가고 있는 디지털 자산 금융 생태계에 대해서 말씀드리겠습니다. 현재 금융의 무대는 2개의 세계가 공존합니다. 첫 번째는 전통 금융기관, 즉 우리가 말하는 웹 2.0의 세계입니다. 오랜 역사, 거대한 자산, 신뢰와 제도를 기반으로 합니다. 두 번째는 디지털 자산 혁신 기업, 즉 웹 3.0의 세계입니다. 빠른 속도, 과감한 혁신, 새로운 금융 모델을 무기로 성장하고 있습니다. 이 2 세계는 나란히 존재하지만 아직 충분히 만나지 못했습니다. 규제의 벽, 문화의 차이, 그리고 서로에 대한 오해가 가로막고 있기 때문입니다. BDEX는 이 2 세계를 연결하는 브릿지입니다. 전통 금융기관은 방대한 고객 기반과 제도적 신뢰를 갖추고 있습니다. 웹 3.0은 기민함과 창의성으로 새로운 금융 상품을 만들어내고 있습니다. 그러나 현실에서 2 세계는 종종 서로를 의심합니다. 전통 금융기관은 블록체인을 위험하다고 보고 블록체인 기업은 전통 금융기관을 낡았다고 봅니다. BDEX는 그 간격을 메우는 존재입니다. 우리는 어느 한쪽을 대체하지 않습니다. 한쪽을 부정하지도 않습니다. 우리는 두 세계를 이어주고 함께 성장하게 만드는 브릿지입니다. 그러나 BDEX의 역할은 단순히 이 다리를 놓는 데서 끝나지 않습니다. 우리는 변화를 가속화하는 힘, 캐탈리스트입니다. 전통 금융기관이 가진 가장 큰 자산은 신뢰입니다. 엄격한 규제 준수, 안정된 시스템, 그리고 오랫동안 쌓아온 고객의 신뢰. 반면 블록체인 기업의 자산은 혁신입니다. 초고속 거래, 탈중앙 기술, 그리고 기존에 없던 창의적인 금융 모델이 그것입니다. BDEX는 이 두 자산을 결합합니다. 신뢰와 혁신을 동시에 묶어 새로운 금융 상품과 서비스를 만들어냅니다. 그 결과 누구도 혼자 할 수 없었던 기회의 문을 열어나갑니다. BDEX는 KRW 원화 기반의 스테이블코인 KRW1을 발행했습니다. 한국 최고의 시중은행에 100% 보관된 원화를 기반으로 규제 내에서 작동할 수 있는 본격적인 스테이블코인을 시작합니다. 모두가 계획만 얘기해 왔지만 저희 BDEX는 묵묵히 준비해 왔고 과감히 혁신의 문을 열었습니다. 우리는 관찰자가 아닙니다. 우리는 변화를 촉진하고 방향을 제시하고 실행을 가능하게 하는 캐탈리스트입니다. 그리고 그러한 결과들이 모인 것이 바로 디지털 자산 스마트 네트워크입니다. 스마트 네트워크는 단순히 연결망이 아닙니다. 고객 경험을 바탕으로 학습하고 상황에 맞게 최적화하며 가장 효율적인 경로를 찾아갑니다. 이 네트워크는 전 세계 어디서든 원하는 시간에 규제를 준수하면서도 자유롭게 자산을 이동할 수 있는 그런 환경을 의미합니다. 투자, 신탁, 자산관리 서비스를 24시간, 365일 지리적 한계 없이 이용할 수 있는 그런 세상입니다. BDEX가 추구하는 스마트 네트워크는 단순한 인프라가 아닙니다. 끊임없이 학습하고 적응하며 확장하는 살아있는 생태계입니다. 고객에게 더 나은 선택지를 제공하고 시장에 새로운 기회를 만들어내는 지능형 금융 인프라입니다. 오늘날 전통 금융기관은 블록체인 기술을 충분히 활용하지 못하고 있습니다. 규제 탓도 있지만 블록체인 기업이 전통 금융기관을 경직된 존재로 지부해 온 것도 사실입니다. BDEX는 그러한 사고방식을 바꾸고자 합니다. 우리는 웹 2.0과 웹 3.0을 융합하는 촉매자입니다. 전통 금융의 신뢰와 제도를 유지하면서 동시에 블록체인의 혁신을 실현합니다. 이 융합이 이루어질 때 금융은 진화가 아니라 도약을 경험하게 될 것입니다. 바로 그 도약의 중심에 BDEX가 서겠습니다. BDEX를 단순히 커스터디라고 생각하지 않으시길 바랍니다. BDEX는 말씀드렸다시피 브릿지입니다. 그리고 BDEX는 캐탈리스트입니다. 그리고 BDEX는 디지털 자산 스마트 네트워크입니다. 이것이 우리가 그리고 있는 미래 금융의 생태계입니다. 웹 2.0도 웹 3.0도 아닌 그 너머의 비욘드. 두 세계를 연결해 더 큰 성장을 이끄는 새로운 패러다임. 바로 그것이 BDEX입니다. 감사합니다.